My name is Susan Pattison, and I'm at the State House today. We are protesting an amendment to House Bill 368. On November 19th, the House Education Committee voted 14-3 to ITL the bill. And since that time, a handful of representatives have put forward an amendment that will make New Hampshire, if this bill is passed, the most regulated state to homeschool in the United States.
I'm from Stratford. I'm Denise Rainey, and we're here to support homeschooling because the government doesn't have any business in our home education. This is a state and a country of liberties and freedoms, and they don't need to be legislated. They don't need to be taken away.
What do you think this bill is going to do to the homeschoolers?
It's going to heavily restrict homeschooling. It's going to put a lot more stringent regulations on homeschooling. It's not necessary. We don't need it. Homeschooling works. The homeschoolers are far and wide doing very, very well. We don't need this.
What it'll hurt most are special needs kids, more than anything else. And a kid who doesn't test well, they're not going to be able to do well. And taking it out of the parents' hands and saying, this is what you need to teach, this is when you need to teach it. They want to do school at home as opposed to helping kids that need help and can't and won't or can't or shouldn't be in the public schools.
My name is Laurie A. Couture, and I'm from Newmarket.
My name is Grayson Robert Riley Couture, and I'm her son. We are very democratic and very strong homeschoolers.
That's right, and I believe as a liberal Democrat that it's absolutely imperative that children have the right to learn and live in freedom, and nobody can teach my child better than me, and it's unconstitutional for the state to take control of my child's education. I know my son best. I know what his needs are. My son is writing a book. My son is writing 2 books, actually. He finished one. My son has run his own business since he was 12. He's 16 now. He is an activist. He's a musician. He sings in the New Hampshire Youth Chorus. He's a children's rights activist. He wouldn't be able to do all this stuff if he was stuck in the public school. Public school, as the lady's poster over there says, hurt my son. And public school destroyed his love for learning, and it took several years of detox before my son would start writing again. So homeschooling has been showed time and time again to produce exceptional students who have exceptional intelligence and creativity, and public school has shown time and time again to just dull down and dumb down learning and cause children to despise it. And I know because I've worked in the public schools for years as consultant, and not only are teachers abusive, but students become abusive to each other in those oppressive settings.
I've been homeschooling in New Hampshire for 23 years, and in this last 2 decades, the homeschooling movement has functioned quite well under the legislation that we have. We have a choice at the end of the year whether to provide a portfolio or take a standardized test or find some other mutually agreeable method to evaluate our year with the person we choose to report to. If this bill passes, the state would control what we do at the end of the year and mandate both a portfolio and a standardized test. It would change the way things are going just for the sake of these mythical and unsubstantiated families that are supposedly falling through the cracks. It's putting a burden on those of us who do a good job, and it's over legislation. That's why we're fighting it today.